Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to learn about ad hoc on-demand distance vector routing protocol. The name on-demand itself tells the distance or the route from the sender to the destination will be calculated when there is a demand. Otherwise, it will not be calculated. That is indicated by this word on-demand. Ad hoc on-demand distance vector, that abbreviates for AODV, routing protocol uses an on-demand approach for finding routes. It uses an on-demand approach. As I have already told you, when there is a demand for the data transmission from the sender to the destination, then only the route from the sender to the destination will be found. That is, route is established only when it is required by a source node for transmitting data packets. It employs the destination sequence numbers to identify the most recent path. In order to identify the most recent path, here we will be using destination sequence numbers. Sequence number is nothing but a randomly generated number here, but we will be using this destination. The destination will generate these sequence numbers. The major difference between AODV and DSR stems out from the fact that DSR uses source routing. Means, as I have already told you, the source there in DSR, the source will generate the sequence number in which a data packet carries the complete path to be traversed. Here in DSR, source routing takes place in which a data packet carries the complete packet to be traversed. Means the route will be in that data packet. However, in AODV, the source node and the intermediate node stores the next hop information. Next hop means whether it may be single hop or double hop. It stores the neighboring nodes information corresponding to each flow for data packet transmission. In an on-demand routing protocol, the source node floods the route request packet. Route request packet means in order to find the route, it will request all the neighboring nodes, and this flooding means the source node will just send the route request packet to all the nodes in its network. I'll explain you how. For example, let us consider here our source is node 1 and our destination is node 15. We don't know we did not know the route from source node to the destination node, right? So, in order to find the route, the source node will send the route request packet to all the nodes in this network. That is flooding. Back to the concept. The source node floods the route request packet in the network when a route is not available. When there is no route, then only it floods for the desired destination. The major difference between AODV and other on-demand routing protocols is that it uses a destination sequence number. No protocol in this on-demand routing protocols will use this destination sequence number. Some protocols such as DSR will use sequence number, but it is not destination sequence number. This is a point to remember to determine an up-to-date path from the path to the destination. Up-to-date path indicates it must be valid. There must not be any path breaks or broken links in between them, in between the source and the destination. A node updates its path information. only if the destination sequence number of the current packet received is greater than the last destination number stored at the node. As I have already told you, the sequence number, normally the sequence number must be highest, must be the greatest one when a node receives a packet. Here, the destination sequence number of the current packet must be greater than the past received packet. Here is the information what route request constitutes. Route request generally constitutes of the source identifier, address or something, which is related to source. In order to identify a source, we will have address. That is here source identifier, destination identifier, address of the destination, source sequence number, destination sequence number, broadcast identifier, time to live. I'll explain each and every point later. Please be with me. When an intermediate node receives a route request, when an intermediate node means the node which is in between the destination and the source is known as intermediate node. Here 12, 10, 8, these nodes are intermediate nodes. When an intermediate node receives a route request, it either forwards it or prepares a route reply packet if it has a valid route to the destination. If the intermediate node has a valid route to the destination, then the intermediate node itself sends the route reply packet to the source node. Did you get my point? I'll explain it with an example. Here we have this source node 1, right? Destination node 15. If this intermediate node 10 has a valid route to destination, then this intermediate node 10 itself sends the route reply packet to the source node. Actually, the route reply packet must be sent from destination. But in AODV, if any intermediate nodes has a valid route to the destination, then it can also send this route reply to the source. See, the validity of a route at the intermediate node is determined by comparing the sequence number at the intermediate node with the destination sequence number in the route request packet. As I have already told you, up-to-date information validity will be done by using sequence number. The highest the sequence number, the fresh one it is generated. The fresh one. All the intermediate nodes having valid routes to the destination. All the intermediate nodes having valid routes to the destination or the destination node itself are allowed to send the route reply packets to the source. As I have already told you, this happens only in AODV, not in any other protocol. Consider source node 1 initiates the pathfinding process. Pathfinding process means it will generate the route request packet. Means by originating a route request to be flooded in the network for destination node 15. Assume that the route request contains the destination sequence number as 3. Means here the destination sequence number is 3 and the source sequence number is 1. See, here the source node has generated route request packet. See, it has generated route request packet and it is flooded throughout the network. See, it has sent to all its neighboring nodes 6, 5, 2. They have sent to their neighboring nodes. This is made by flooding. And the destination sequence number is 3 and the source sequence number is 1. When nodes 2, 5 and 6 receives the route request packet, they check their routes to the destination. In case a route to the destination is not available, they further forward it to the neighbors. This means, I'll again explain with this example. See, here in order to initiate the pathfinding process, the source node has to originate the route request packet. This source node will send the route request packet to its neighboring nodes. That is flooding. The flooding happens here. Route request packet will be sent to nodes 2, 5, 6. In this example, when nodes 2, 5, 6 do not have a valid route to the destination directly, then these intermediate nodes will forward the route request packet to its neighbors. If it has a valid route to the destination, it will send route reply packet to the source node. Otherwise, it will forward the route request packet to its intermediate nodes. AODV does not repair a broken path locally. When a source node learns about the path break, it re-establishes the route to the destination if required. AODV. Actually, DSR also cannot repair its broken path locally. When a source node learns about the path break, it re-establishes the route to the destination if required. Because a path break will always modify the route, right, from the source to the destination. See. Consider the above example, this example, route maintenance in AODV, when a path breaks between nodes 4 and 5. This is node 4, this is node 5. When the path break, broken link is indicated by an into mark like this. Consider the above example, when a path breaks between nodes 4 and 5, both the nodes initiates the route error messages to inform their end nodes about the link break. That means if a path breaks between these two nodes, then this will initiate a route error messages. Here node 4 will initiate its neighbor, means there is a route, right? So it will indicate the end node. This is the end node for node 4. This is the end node for node 1. So this 5 will generate this route error message to 1. This 4 will generate the route error message to 12. This is how route maintenance occurs in AODV. This normal dotted line indicates the network link between the nodes. So these are the advantages of AODV. Routes are established on demand. Destination sequence number are used to find the latest route to the destination. The connection setup delay is less. Routes are established on demand, means no need to maintain a route table like that. As in the case of table driven routing protocol, destination sequence number are used to find the latest route. In order to find the latest route, they use the highest sequence number value. The connection setup delay is less. These are the disadvantages. Intermediate nodes can lead to inconsistent routes if the source sequence number is very old. Intermediate nodes means the nodes between the source and the destination. It will lead to the inconsistent routes, means not a good one. They might have broken links like that if the source sequence number is very old. Multiple route reply packets in response to a single route request packet can lead to heavy control overhead. This means, I'll tell with an example. For example, let us consider there is no broken link here, or we'll take the first one. Here, for example, if both node 10 and node 4 have valid route to the destination, then they both will send the route reply packet to the node 1, right? So it will create a overhead problem, right? Both intermediate nodes have sent the route reply packet to the source node at a time. It will be a heavy control overhead. It will lead to that, right? Periodic beaconing leads to unnecessary bandwidth consumption. Beaconing means hello packet. Hello, we'll say hello to someone. Why? In order to make them recognize us, right? So, periodic beaconing leads to unnecessary bandwidth consumption. See, I have differentiated between DSR and AODV. It is just an information just to remember what it has. In DSR, we have just sequence number. In AODV, we have destination sequence number, source sequence number. That means the sequence numbers are different for source and destination. Destination only sends the route reply packet. Most important point, intermediate nodes and the destination nodes can send the route reply packet. These are the differences I have identified. If you identify some more, it will be better for you. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you find my video watching worthy, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.